Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, viewers of all ages, welcome to The Void. My name is Logic, and it's that time again, the second trimester of Steam Next Fest, where aspiring game developers post their game demos to the world to either get wishlist or severely humbled. Next Fest is from June 15th to the 22nd, but the experienced developers will post their demo a week early. There are a lot of games this go around, so I too have taken an early head start. Since this is Next Fest, I will play through lots of demos. Not all will be to my style or even to my liking, but I will try to be fair with my criticisms. You can expect bugs in the gameplays, but developers should also expect brutal honesty about how the game plays. Many developers are debuting their first game during this event as well, so I'll try not to be too harsh. As always, each game will get their own video no matter how short the demo is. This is just to show respect to each game and their developers. So we're going to start out by making a feeble attempt to save humanity, and that is the title of this game, SaveHumanity.exe. And I'm going to keep this one a secret. I read a little bit about what it's about, but I'm just going to completely blind playthrough. Here we go. Okay, white hat. So 4 black circuits is plus 10 flops. 4 black adder, 2 black multiplier, 15 black wire, 4 gold circuit, 10 for I have no idea what any of this means, but I'm sure it will come to me as I play. 10 tokens, 6 program slots, 10 consumable slots, starting program chaser.exe, 3 random spots, grants overclock each round. Okay, start setting, record. I love already the art style. I just old school gaming arcades, they shut them down, so no kid alive today is gonna understand what it was like to go to the arcade, stand in line, put your quarter in the machine so you can play next, and just spend an entire afternoon. It was loud, it smelled like feet and stale pizza, but it didn't matter. It was awesome. Alright, base difficulty, since I'm not sure what's going on, we're just gonna go ahead and do patch 1 and start. Ooh, alright, we're jumping into the void. So threat detected 500 compute power from bully exe, and then signal detected from unknown. Alright, let's go ahead and battle this. Threat detected, bully, steals up to 10 tokens at the end of the round, compute power 500. So, if I fight back, will I not lose? Or am I the one stealing 10 tokens? Or do they steal 10 tokens from me? Here's the time to find out. I wish a little bit was explained, but maybe it's going to be explained now. This is sort of like a puzzle, as I read, puzzle roguelike, so I'm supposed to use like computer parts to, right now, fight off this bully. So here's the score target. Compute equals flops and multi. Here's the score target. Where is this? Oh, okay. 0 out of 500. I have this many flops. Are flops? Okay. Adders placed on the board. I have flops that contribute to the total compute power. Each piece takes up a certain amount of space and may have wire connection slots. Click this to select this piece. Click on the board. Okay, so this is a 2 by 2. Click on the board piece. Click on the board to place circuits. Press R to rotate. Press E. Escape to undo a placement. They don't want me to rotate right now. Okay. Okay, so I got 4 flops for that. 4 out of 500. Your wires and consumables are stored here. Click the black wire to start connecting circuits. I don't see a black wire. Items 2. Okay, it tells me on a hover that it's a wire. Black. The power supply must the power supply multiplies the value of everything connected to it by its wire. Alright, so this is gonna get me 8. Click this connection point on the power supply. Now click the connection point to the adder to complete the wire placement. I would have turned that sideways, but okay. I pressed the rotate and it didn't happen, so click both pieces of junk Click both pieces of junk. So it's kind of like a card game. So these are my cards down the bottom. Click both pieces of junk to select them, then swap for new items. You may swap up to 5 items per round, either one by one or up to 5 at once. Swap pieces are discarded for the rest of the round and return to your junk pile next round. So because I got 2 pieces of junk this turn, alright, I got 2 adders and a circuit. I want to put the circuit down. Programs give various bonuses to your compute generation. Hover over them to see what they do. This is chaser.exe. At the start of each round, 3 random spots on the board grant overclock to any piece placed on them. So do I get to decide? No, it just clearly just told me random. Well, I clicked it. Each battle has an enemy virus with a unique ability to keep an eye. So keep an eye on what they do. Bully. Okay, so the bully is the one stealing 10 tokens from me at the end of the round. How many tokens do I have? I only have 10. When is the round over? I've done the math just then, and I cannot make it to 500 with just the cards that I have. Each battle has an enemy virus. Yep. When you're done building, click compile to finish the round. I'm gonna lose all 10 tokens then. We cannot get to 500 now. Click compile to finish the round. Compiling rolls a random 1 to 25% bonus on top of your current compute. The button is green if you've already met the target, and I have not, so it's red. Yellow if the bonus might push you over, and red if the max bonus cannot save you. Failing to reach the compute threshold is game over. I figured as much. You're now free to place and connect circuits to build compute power. Good luck. Okay, so what are these yellow triangles? Am I not allowed to build there, or is that the direction you want me to go? Let's try. Alright, so circuits are 1 by 1, but plus 10 flop, black. I don't see 20 because I placed it on that and I wasn't entirely sure what it did. The triangle, that was a plus 10, so it's a plus 20 now. So it's an overclock slot. Black circuit, that's what I placed down. It's base of 10, overclock multiplier 2. Why? The chaser is not something I have to activate. The chaser is already activated and I've just touched one. Chaser EXE. Yeah, so okay, that was an overclock slot, so it was good to put that there. This is 13. And it says the length is 13 and the length is 15. How long is 13? Do you mean 13 tiles? And I'm not allowed to move that unless I hit escape? Okay. So I can go ahead, and since the circuit doesn't need to connect to anything, I would definitely, unless this is a connect dot, but I could see the dots when I put the adder out. Yeah, you can see the 2 power dots there, but I couldn't see 2 power dots for that. Let me test it. No, I cannot use the black wire. I mean the gold wire. What? How does this? Last time. Yeah, so there's nothing to connect it to, so it's probably not letting me. Multiplier, a 3 by 3, and the dot's way in the center, and it's just going to multiply 1.5 multi to everything. Did that also didn't have, it did have connecting slots. 50. Honestly, what did that do a multiplier to? 20, 50. Everything on the board. Okay, so that should probably go to an overclock slot and then get supercharged from the main. Alright, is okay, so 4 flop, 10 flop, 4 flop, to, okay. Yeah, so let's put that there out of the way. And the other circuit, I mean, this is 10. This, wait, what? Why is it? Oh, because I overclocked it. Okay, so now it's a 3 times multi. If I connect it to that, it'll be a 6 times multiplier. Or circuits don't have connections, right? Adders have connections. 2 multi, and I'm okay. I do not know how this is gonna go. It's not letting me do the rope thing anymore. Wire. Every time I click something, I did it, okay. Not exactly. I mean, that's kind of what I wanted to do. I actually wanted to connect this. I'm not getting any feedback. That just kind of happened. I'm not getting any feedback to let me know that what I'm doing is actually working. So there's no feedback. Okay. No, it didn't like that. There's no noise generating. There's no. That's what I'm. There's no feedback to know that the wires are being connected. So that was a 3, and then it doubled to a 6. So what I was going to do, and obviously you can't double up on wires. I wanted, instead of times 2, I was gonna take this multiplier and add it to the 16. Let me escape. I'm gonna try to somehow get the black clicked. No, it's not doing anything. Oh yeah, let's try the gold one. Connect gold pieces with wire slides together to form a circuit. All right, okay. I know this is okay. So this isn't a gold one, but it let me. Okay, then put it. So it doesn't want to connect to that. Is this allowed? I'm gonna 144. No, it's all right. It's got the energy. In that case, it's already. This is already overclocked. So there's no way to do a 3 times multi to this 16 flop, which is kind of what I was trying to do. So let me touch this. You. No, I've seen better. So that it doesn't want me to do that. And that's a gold one, so I can touch that with gold. So the only feedback I get. Oh wait, is everything changing color slightly? It's slightly changing color. I don't get any like electronic feedback. You could just do a beep or or something like that to tell me no, I'm not allowed to do that. But if someone's colorblind or there's 2 different shades of green that it turns. And all right, so my only option then is to do that. And it only gave me 108 points. There has to be circuits have none. So yes, but even though a circuit doesn't have anything, I'm better off putting because I thought I could put this multiplier. I thought this could attach to the adder. If it cannot attach to the adder, then I am better off putting a circuit there, which would give me plus 20 versus leaving it at plus 16. At least I'd get 4 more points by putting a circuit there because it cannot connect to anything else. So I wish also that I didn't have to delete everything in order. I could delete it however I want it. Yeah, that's plus 20. And then, yeah, it only got me up to 16 with the 2 times multiplier. So I'm kind of better off multiplying this, so I couldn't do that anyway. And now I'm up to 280. Unless these dots look like you can connect them, but yeah, they're not highlighting as like usable dots, so I cannot put a circuit here or here. And all I have is an adder. What else could I potentially get? Because there's no way. Why is my multi 7? That's odd. 6 plus. Where am I getting another? I'm gonna swap this adder and see what it gives me. It gave me the exact same thing. I'm gonna swap the last 2. I got another 10 circuit. Multiplying everything by whatever it is, 1.5. Overclock effectiveness plus 6. But this is plus 6 multiplier, it's not plus 6 points. So it's actually multiplying everything I have. I'm still not gonna make it. That's so... Because all of this is just gonna be another 10, which I'm... Wait, why isn't this gold? So if I escape, do I just get that back? This is a gold circuit. It still did the same thing, but this one was a black one. I'm still at 280, but why? What was the difference? So I lose. Because I'm not... How's that plus 70? It's just a 10. What? Where's plus 70 coming from? Okay. My multi is 7. Alright. So essentially these are gonna be 16. Nope, not 16. It was 16 when it was up here. It's just gonna be 8 down here. 8 times 7 and then 8 times 7. So I'm screwed. And I'm not allowed to swap anymore. So I can only place down what we have left. I guess if this is multiplying everything, there's no real need for it to attach to anything else. So, and there's the other 4 flops. It's not a very neat circuit. And what does the gold wire do? Gold pieces? Nothing, because those aren't gold pieces. I would have to use the black regardless. That's it, 462. And it's yellow because potentially the other thing can get me over it. There's literally no need to connect them to each other. It does nothing. And I have 3 left. Oh, I clicked it. Let's see. It let me attach the other. Maybe because they're already attached, it won't let me. But yeah, there's nothing else I could do here. And it's possible that if they roll... But what if I roll a 1? My guess is... Okay, whatever. I'm just going to compile, see what happens. Maybe we're meant to... I could have discarded the current hand and drew new pieces. I'm gonna try that for 1 piece. Just because I want to get a higher number. What? Wait, what? It gave me an entirely new hand altogether. Oh my goodness. The only problem is, I'm not allowed to take 1 piece off of the board. Why can't I do right click to move this off of the board? I have to escape and move everything off of the board in individual order. That's so dumb. I should be able to just right click and move things around. Because now what is a battery? I want to use a battery just because I see battery, and then I want this new multiplier to go on one of the other gold pieces. I have 2 multipliers, but I want to see adjust. I don't even know what they mean. What does this mean? Adjust times just what, another 1.5? Is that basically the same? But why do I have to individual? Oh no, I'm not allowed. Wait, what? I'm pressing escape. Nothing's happening because my last move was scavenge. So I can't even remove anything on the board. Okay, that's my first gripe with this game. I'm actually really into it. Didn't know I could scavenge because they didn't mention it in a tutorial. But now that I cannot like hold right click to shift the pieces around, and they told me to escape, but escape is no longer working for backing through my steps and taking pieces off the board. So essentially I just have to throw them up there wherever they go. You can go in the... I really want to see the battery though. It's so cool looking. What's it do? Base multi 1.5. So do I have an 8.5 multi now? So all I had... Why? I'm so confused. Why did it give me 6 new pieces? I took 1 piece off the board. I thought it was just gonna, you know, change my hand and give me 1 new piece. Now it's giving me a whole new hand to play with. I feel like I've cheated and something wasn't calculated for. Plus now I can no longer use escape. Does it work now? Okay, it works now that I've touched the board again. I can back through those steps. But what's the harm in holding right click to drag it over? What's the harm in that? So I can put basically whatever on the board that I want, and I'm already over the number. Well, I'm not finished. Wait, Bullet.exe still took 10 tokens? But I defeated them. So they take 10 tokens no matter what. I get 5 bonus tokens if I do from claustrophobia. 10 tokens plus 3 bonus tokens if I do 696 compute power. 640 compute. Just 10. I'm gonna try the shop with my few tokens. Whoa, no, I'm out of wire? I have to buy... Why would I have to buy wire? It doesn't come with every... Okay, it's okay. I actually like it. Recolor a piece, piece gold. Why did I click that? How much does that even cost? It was a mistake. I was clicking just to see what was going on. And see how this has options, so I'm thinking like I could click. Yeah. But I clicked that and immediately bought it, so I don't click anything else. 5 tokens. Add a wire slot to any place item. Are you certain? Like the battery, and like I can literally wire a multiplier now, but it would have to be the right color wire, wouldn't it? I like that. Recolor a place piece black, because it would depend on which wire I would use. They haven't really told me the difference between the black versus the gold wire. They both have the same description, but I mean, I know the nodes are gold and some nodes are black and they connect that way. I'm assuming as it goes on there'll be red and blue nodes, but they're not telling me why. What's the difference? What's the benefit? Does the gold one do more power or more? It didn't look like it. Some pieces just came out gold, some were black. Is there significance to it? I'm gonna hold on to that just in case. I couldn't afford batteries and stuff. Download skill, increase consumable slots. What? I don't have a consumable slot, do I? I have consumables, okay. Go back, and new tools available. So I get to pick, choose a program to install. Haggler, gain a token for each unused swap at the end of the round. Okay, chaos.exe times 2 multi. The first time a piece is drawn, randomizes color. What? Who would, what? How do I add this to something? Junk will no longer be offered at the shop. I don't really like, in games like this, roguelike games, I don't really like affecting the shop, because the point of like a roguelike is to slowly build up at the beginning. So with things that affect the shop, you'll either really need it in the beginning, and then by the time you get mid-range or to the end of the game, you don't even need anything to affect the shop. Or like really at the end is the time that you can use it or affect it. So it's like you've wasted the time or the tokens or whatever you needed to build up your way until you got into that point where you actually need to use it. So I tend to stray away from anything that has to do with building up shops. Let's think about, I'm not entirely sure about the chaos thing, but I'm gonna be swapping a lot until I get the hang of the game. So let's do chaos. Let's install chaos.exe and try to use it. Moore's microwave is a special. Let's see. Ooh. Miniaturized circuits, 10 tokens. I have 4 tokens. Miniaturize. How do you mean? I can make my adders, my multipliers. I need my multipliers to be smaller, actually. The 3x3s I need them smaller. So I can make it a 2x2 or something. I'm gonna save some tokens and come back to that. I want to do the top one, 776. The first and last columns of the board are crushed. I'm alright with that, as long as I still have my thing that turns three random tiles into like those super gold tiles. As long as that takes effect after this takes effect, like they're not putting the gold tiles into the crushed columns, I'm alright. And compute 776 is what I need to achieve. 1, 2, yes, see, they put they as I expected, they put the gold afterwards. So battery was good to me, and it doesn't need to be connected to anything. So my multiplier is already at 2, I think. Did that affect that? No. So what the heck is the battery for? Adjust times 1.5f. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. But my multi hasn't changed. That means oh wow. Oh, do I have to activate this? The first time a piece is drawn, randomized its color. Then I'm not gonna use it if it's not doing anything. Yeah, there are no connecty wires to it either. That doesn't make sense. Alright, they really threw me for a loop here, because this 3x3 can really only go if I don't want this blocked up, or it can really only go over there in that corner. But I'm gonna do it anyway to give us our 8. See, now I'm confused. Now my multiplier's at 8. But 3 and 2 is 5, not 8, so I'm so confused. My effective multiplier is 3. Multi. I don't understand how it goes to 8. 3. Yeah. Wait, what? It started off at 2 without me doing anything, which I'm gonna assume that's what this is. Why is it at 8 now? I'm not complaining, I just want to know why it's at 8 so that I can effectively use whatever tool it is properly later. Is it? I don't think it's beneficial. And this multi... Wait. It has... Last time I was trying to connect it to something gold. No. That doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Because it affects the multi of everything. I don't need to directly connect it to anything except this. That didn't work. Click it again. What is happening? Okay, use the gold one. No, I cannot use the gold one. What is happening? Alright. So, I don't think I have 5 more black wires left. I think I have 5 length of black wire. This is the only slot I can do it. The only slot. Now, what is the distance here? From here to here. That was 3. I'm crossing 3 tiles. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, basically. Over 2, up 1. Alright. How is it at 14? Wait. Now I feel like that. Wait, what? See, now I'm getting accurate numbers. 6 times 2 is 12, plus the initial 2, well, it turns it into 14. But without the wire connected, somehow it's 8? This is the initial 2, by the way. I thought it had to be connected to something to be used, so I thought this was giving me my initial 2. But this is the initial 2. I just don't know how I get 8 from this. Because this is just giving me 3. Yeah, this is 3. If it counts this as 2, that's 5. 3 additional, this is being doubled somehow. It is. The problem is, when I connect it and plug it in, it doesn't get doubled then. So I'm so confused at what's going on. This is 3. This is 5. There's an extra 3 somewhere else, unless it's counting. There's 3 twice, which would be 6 and 8. 6 and 2 is 8. But for some reason, when I plug it in, it only counts the 6 that this was original. No, it doesn't even count that. It doesn't count. It just changes the number here to 6 when it was 3 before. So that is 6, 7, 8. Where's the 14? Or, well, 6 times 2 is 12. Unless it's giving me the 2 again as a default, despite it being connected to that. I don't know. But that works when it's connected. That math makes sense. The math that doesn't make sense is when it's disconnected, where are those additional numbers coming from? I can't be bothered. Alright, let's keep playing. I don't think it's that important. The only other things that can be adjusted, that has, you know what? 2 slots. I was gonna say, I wish it told me the things that had slots down bottom, but it does. My only problem is it's not gold. It's gonna have to, this adder's gonna have to be turned gold. So what if I put the battery on the board now? Does that 14 change? No. What is this battery good for then? Effective multi 1.5. It's not 1.5ing anything. Let's do that and then try. I'm gonna test. I'm gonna put a battery on the gold slot and see if it does anything. Effective multi 3. It does nothing. Black battery. It's not adding. So I swear the battery added when I used it in round 1. It's not. I think something's going on that I cannot control. Now the only problem with that is I would need to turn that gold. This 10 gold. It doesn't even seem like there's a reason that this is gold and that's not. Like, what's the point? Alright, 14 times 20. Okay. Times another 2. My guess is chaos is giving me an additional 2. But 2 times. Even if I did 2 times, that's still not giving me a double when it's landing on 14. Because it's not doubling this, right? 6 double would give me 12. And 2 double would give me 4. That's 16. That's still not. So what's... I don't know. I don't get it. Okay. I couldn't put anything else there. The battery itself is not doing anything. And it's a gold battery, and I'd like to think that it's supposed to do something, but I'm gonna end up swapping it out. The adder... And see, the adder isn't even... It's not giving me... That's just gonna give me 8, and then the 2 times multi is just gonna give it to me at 16. So there's really no point in taking 16 over 20. Blue? When did blue become... They wanted me to buy blue... What does it matter that circuits are any color if I'm not allowed to connect them? You know what? I'm in a hole punch. I'm in a hole punch you. That worked. You're gold. I have to use gold for you. Okay. I was gonna... I'm not done. I should have taken the other thing that has, like, whatever your extra stuff is, use it. I wanted to go over, so I should have connected the adder first. And thrown the battery back up there or something. I'm starting to get it, but there's some information that's being left out. And some of the math just doesn't seem to add up based on me talking through the current logic. But let's do, before I try to do anything at the shop, well, new tools. I always take new tools. Double up. Adders connect to another adder by 2 or more wire connections gain double compute power. I would need the hole punch again then, because there's no way to... But does that even matter though? Adders only have 2 wire slots, right? Gain double the power, but if I connect it, if I plug it in with its 1 wire slot, it's already going to get double the power, right? Because of my ×2. But what I would do is either punch a hole in it so that ×2 can get an additional ×2, and maybe I'd only need to punch a hole in one of them to get double that power. That would be good. Alright, standalone circuits give 3 times multi if all adjacent squares are empty. That's going to be me, because I put the circuits on the gold things and I don't put anything near them. Standalone circuits. That's what I do right there. I really like the double up, but Circuit City might be me. Plus 5 multi per piece of the least represented color on the board. On the board, not in my hand. I just put 100 pieces on the board. Nah, Circuit City is the best. I have 22 tokens. I'm going to go to the shop. Wait. Oh no. Alright, go back. Go to the shop. Wait, what? Why doesn't this regenerate every... Anyway, we're doing blue now, but I need black wire. 10 wire is 1 token. That's not bad. That's actually really good. Length of 12. Recolor black. I didn't get a chance to use the gold paint. I need this thing back. Increase consumable slot. I don't know what that means. I don't even know how many consumable slots I have right now. Unless they're referring to this. I'm going to buy a little bit more black, and then I might buy a set of blue. But why don't they tell me, or maybe they did tell me, going in, what color wire I would need. I'm not paying to reroll the shop. That doesn't make sense to me. Every time a new round happens, the shop should be rerolling itself. Why do I have to waste my tokens to reroll the shop? I'm not... So I'll never be able to buy those things again unless I pay to reroll? That's a punishment for using the tool that the game came with. I don't like that. I have 2 gold multipliers, but I've really only been generating the black ones. And I only have enough tokens to decrease 1. And I really need 1 to be decreased because of the last thing where they put my little gold slot right up in the corner and nothing could get next to it. Oh, should I do a gold one? I'm gonna do a regular one. They haven't been giving me gold ones. Oh, sorry. I thought it was going to decrease both sides of the numbers. Wait. I'm forced into fighting the boss? There was a giant list. There was other lists that... Signal detected. I didn't delete that. Alright, there are a few flaws I'm counting. Even if I rewrote the shop, or I paid to reroll the shop, which isn't fair by any means, I wouldn't be able to buy anything. 10 is... I'm making sure I have enough wire. Now I'm going to the boss. They're gonna probably do something like give me... Wait, 10 wire here is 5 too? It wasn't 5 a second ago. What? I have enough wire to do one more battle with the boss. But that it changed instantly. Didn't ask me if I was ready for the boss. Just took everything else from the list when I was ready. Okay. It doesn't tell me... Go back. It won't tell me what kind of wire I need going in. So I guess just always make sure you have wire on hand. Boss will deploy a negative adder, -25, and try to connect to your circuits. How do I stop that? This is a really cool idea, and you know I love math, so this is... I like it. It's turned it into a card game. I love math. I love computers. I love circuits. This is leaving a little bit to be desired. The explanation isn't there. And I get the freaking gold multiplier. And the multiplier that was black, that is now 3x2, has somehow turned itself red. Okay. I've got my circuit, and I don't have the hole punch anymore. If I had known about the boss thing, would have saved the circuit hole punch whole situation for this. Now I cannot even punch a hole. I'm just gonna throw out what I have and play. At least they gave me multiple multipliers. And it's red, and I only have 10 red. The other's gold. I have 14 gold. Red? Why does it look like that? 6, 5. How? It's closer to this one. Why is that? 7. No. Put it back down and rotate it like that. So now, because when it was down here, where was it? Yeah, it was over one. Now it's over in this side. So they cannot charge me that much now. For certain. Though I don't think I'm going to be needing 4, 5, 4. Okay. It's not 4, by the way. 1, 2. It's 2 pieces of wire at least. But go ahead. Wait, they did charge me 2. Why did it say 4? See, things aren't adding up. I did Circuit City. Standalone circuits give 3 if everything attached to it is empty. So we're going to put our standalone circuit, the only one they managed to give us, way up there. No, it still gave me 280. Oh my goodness. So it lied. No, it says +3. No, but I'm still at 14. I'm still at the same number I was the last time I connected this to that. 8. Why isn't this at 6? Silly me. It's not even touching it. It wasn't touching this anymore. Alright, so it gave me the wrong number, so it told me 6, but it still only took 2. Why tell me 6 then? Like, and then what? I thinking they're gonna take that much wire from me for the distance, because what else would that number be for? And now it only took 2 wire. Okay, Yeah, okay, now this has to go. So now we're at 14, which again, don't know how we get to 14. 62 is 12, and then that's all we have on the board, so. Okay, now we're up to 20. Okay, 20 times multi. The next thing we're gonna do is, oh, obviously we need another one of these. There's nothing that helps the adder out, right? I shouldn't have got chaos. I really should have gone with something else. But let's go on and, well, might as well put multiplier there. It's gonna give me my best rate. That, and it's a gold one. I have more than enough gold wire. We're at a 32 times multi. And now we just need to plop these two adders down. That's all we can do is two adders. Blue. We'll do, well, I mean, they can both be rotate. Might as well do it like that, right? It doesn't matter what color they are. Let me connect the other one, please. Oh, we did. Oh, I can just throw this out anywhere. What? No? Yeah. That'll get us. Oh, what happened to that whole gain between 1 and 25 additional compute at the end of the round? I never gained that. They always shut the round off for me. Before I'm able to gain anything. Is it gonna shut it? It's gonna close the round. I do get the round complete, unused scavenge. Yeah, I never get that extra compute thing. I was gonna see if I can connect those two adders. Maybe I should have unplugged something. If ever you want to test something, because it auto shuts off when you've scored, it doesn't let you press compute. I didn't even get to press compute this whole time. Unplug stuff to test. But it's the fact that you have to rewind individually through each undo step. Just give me the ability to move each and everything around. Once I get new pieces, that whole system breaks anyway. I should just be able to right click, slide it around. I get new pieces. Oh, now I want this to fit here. I should be able to move it over and do like that. Is probably the most frustrating thing. And then the tinier frustrating things where the numbers it's adding up correctly, or me hovering over with the wire and they showing completely different numbers for how much wire is going to be used than actually used. Alright, they gave me everything else back, so I have a higher, oh, I guess I'm on level 2 out of 8. I have a higher threat, but this has a lot of stuff to be worked on. How many tokens did I get? 25. I'm not getting that many tokens for it either. Alright, I passed a new level. Another gripe, if I go into this shop and new items have not spawned in, that's going to be a problem. It should not be on me to reroll the shop every round. Good. It rerolled itself. Okay. Good. Because that was not on me to have to constantly do that. I have... Why is wire 1 again? Huh. Destroys a piece on the board. Why? Permanently increases power supply multiplier by very, very little. 8 tokens? Huh. The base multiplier right now is 2. I don't think I need extra pieces on the board either. I'm getting enough pieces. Clairvoyance, hack critical threat battles to swap to a different boss once. I'm not interested in that either. You know, okay, I wish I would have gotten more hole punchers. That's interesting. The hole punch was interesting, but why would I want to destroy a piece on my board? I put it down. Why would I want to? I'm putting everything down that I need to add up. Why would I throw it on the board to destroy it? I could just not use the piece and swap it out. This makes no sense. Oh, it's such a good start to a game, but I can tell in a lot of aspects it wasn't fully thought out. It's a really cool idea, but there are some things that are quality of life that need to be adjusted. like that green and that other shade of green and that tinier shade of green that you use to tell when the wires, that needs to be paired with some kind of other feedback for people that have a hard time seeing those, or you at least need to tell people about it. What changing colors is only by happenstance. I even saw that was doing that. But there needs to be feedback there. So those are quality of life things, but there are things that just didn't seem like they were well thought out, like the shop not refreshing or different things like that. Let's buy some wire in case things are far apart. I don't want to have fewer than 10 of anything. And let's go to the special or my tools. +5 flat for each piece on an edge of the board. For least represented, 50% chance for new junk to appear in junk pile at the end of a round. What's the junk pile? 28 remaining. That's I thought that was my base deck. New junk. Well, what's new? There's adders, there's multipliers, and there's circuits and batteries. Also the batteries didn't seem to be affecting anything, and I'm sure they were meant to. I want a tool. This is the tool. I'd be more willing to re-roll a tool than anything. Signal detected. That was close. The virus almost took over the system. As long as I stay ahead. Wasn't that ball supposed to try to add circuits to my board? That never happened. Also, because they never gave me a way to delete them, maybe that part isn't programmed into the game yet. It should be, but it's not. Okay. This needs a lot of work, but it's such a good idea. I love the concept here. I'm going to do one more battle. I'm going to re-roll the tools and try to get a good one. Out of the way! Adder gains 10 flat for each junk in a corner of the board. You can put junk on the board? All this is about junk. Oh no! I don't use junk. New battle messages to be hackable? Adding bolt? No. When purchasing a circuit, gain a random consumable. Well, I'm out of points now. And I'm tired of re-rolling, and that's basically all I've got. So, let's go back to the shop and purchase a multiplier. The 2 multipliers that gave me were red. I think I have 2 gold ones already. I have about the same amount of wire for them both as well. Doesn't matter. What's my consumable? Black. Really? Black paint. And amount of tokens. Yay. Alright. I don't know. Tokens are awarded a little weird. Especially considering you're forced to buy wire every round. Basically, you have to buy it. You have no choice. It's not replenished a little bit. You don't start off with a base amount of wire after each battle. You just have to keep buying it. So if that's the case, like if I'm forced to do anything, like obviously you want to buy power-ups and you want to buy different things, but those are like, you decide based on your play style. Wires are necessary for playing the game. Something that's a crucial component should be provided by the game. It shouldn't be up to me to buy those crucial components. So threat detected randomly selects a color, pieces of the color are underclocked, less value. So now one color I'm just not allowed to use. Okay. What's the color? Blue pieces. So you give me all blue pieces. We're not doing that. Battery, it's a battery anyway. We're not underclocking a multiplier. Swap. And I got no multipliers for that. I can only swap out one more thing. The battery just doesn't work. Even if I put the battery on this. Yeah, batteries don't have wire. Yeah, batteries are useless. About as useless as the junk. It's not adding up to what it says it should. And I can only swap one more thing. I'd rather swap out the battery for no multipliers. But why would I... Alright, whatever. circuits times 3, circuit times 3, and all 4 adders. I will keep one of the adders. Wait, what? Huh? I feel like I touched it and something happened here, but I guess not, because there's no hole punch there. And I'll do the scavenge and it'll give me... Also, there's another thing. I don't think scavenge is meant to give me an entirely new... Oh no, but I've broken it because you're not allowed to undo anymore. Also, this isn't... This was meant to go here. I've ruined this whole run. It's scuffed. There's nothing I can do because I cannot take the pieces. I cannot move the pieces anymore. It's broken. I wanted to do just one more battle, but I'm sure this one is scuffed. No running that back. I can, whatever. What color is it? I'm not gonna make it to the amount that I need to make it to. This isn't even used, but it can't be used. Oh, I mean, I can put another circuit on it, obviously. Nope. It's still gonna mess up because the times 3 for Circuit City meant neither of them could be next to each other. And yeah, I'm pressing escape again, and it's not even undoing. It won't undo anything. Nothing can be undone. Oh, this has to be a bug, dog. I don't want to do... Can I just give up the match? There's literally no point. The multiplier can go here. Like, I literally don't care about this anymore because I'm not allowed to touch the other pieces or move. I'm not allowed to shift them around. This isn't even in the right slot that I thought it was in. Wait, what? Should I... Right now my multiplier is 20, right? Is it even telling me? And if I put this there, it goes down to 14, but... Wait, that's not... So, this is the one I punched a hole in. I'm pressing R for rotate. Rotate doesn't work anymore? It's not... Rotate doesn't work anymore. But that's the one that I punched a hole in earlier. So it's like... It is like a deck of cards. Where, like, whatever you do to boost any cards in your deck, it actually stays. So, I had 20 multi. What happens if I do... What the... Come on! 14. How? Alright, so I can't use that. Okay, I won't use it like that. I'll leave it at 20 multi. Because I had 920, and then with this here, and then connected there, I had... No, I have more when I do that than having like a 20 multi and putting a circuit over here. No, it's better here. Actually, undo. No need for it to be that far away from this. Right? And then I can just do that. It'll still get its points. Wasn't I just at... I was just at 4... No, I'm at... wasn't I just at 14? I was just at 14. When I put it... here. Huh? Why is it less? It's less when I put it here. And then it's more Yeah, because it's getting its thing. It's getting its 2 times multi when I put it there. Okay, so this is counting to against it. So it's more when I have it further away. I mean, if I'm gonna put it... I get it, because when I put it here, I was canceling out 2. When I put it here, I'm just canceling out 1. But might as well put it there. Still get the point. And do... I just need to connect it, but there's no sense in connecting it from all the way over there. I was gonna get rid of this run, but I turned it around and I was still able to do it despite that bug where, like, you're just not allowed to move your pieces anymore. And now I'm even more of an advocate for, like, just give me a left mouse click and allow me to drag the pieces, including wire, around. Now, if you can't do the animation for, like, someone dragging wire around, that's fine. Just let me, like, if I click and drag it, the wire disappears and I can replug it in or something like that. If you can't do, like, the, you know, jiggle physics animation of, like, me moving the wire from point to point. That's fine. If you're not able to do that, you should probably learn, because that kind of would make the game more usable, user-friendly. But just not being able to go back through iterations, or just even the process of going back one iteration at a time, I think is completely just lost. It takes away the fun. I just don't think it's a good idea. I should just be able to move individual pieces, because you can refresh your deck, and then that changes the whole way you were going to work the circuit in the first place. And I just need to be able to move things around at any time. That last one was crazy, but this one's a high one as well. I'm gonna do this in let's see, what tool do I have? Least represented. I never cross my wires. I always put them on opposite sides. That's because that's wires wasted, really. Adders connect to another adder by 2 or more. I did want to try that, but only if I get the hole punch from the shop. No, because again, maybe when I get the boss, they'll refresh this, but no. Okay, I'll do the cross wires, install, and that, just because that last one bugged out and was a wash, I'm gonna make this my LG right here. And I feel like I've said everything I need to say about everything, really. That's it, that's all they give me. Oh, okay. 600. And we're gonna swap these 2 pieces really quick. Give me the multiplier. Those things can touch each other. Alright, everything is gold, so I'm gonna try to connect the multiplier first. 8. This should give me 2, I guess. Huh? So right now, oh, it's telling me 2. That was an accurate number. The other ones weren't accurate at all. Okay. Battery is useless. Just don't hit scavenge. Oh, it doesn't actually matter, because once it doesn't matter. Yeah, they're gonna stop the game. Also, telling people that they have to compile first and then stopping the game. But I didn't even get to connect the last adder. That could have given me so many more points. So I get tokens for round complete, and I get tokens for unused scavenged. And then, but I should be getting tokens for how much I overclock. Look at my score. At the end of it, my score is 1869 over 1500. I should be getting points for how far over I can go without using everything that I've got. I just don't think that's fair either. Alright, but that's gonna be it for me. I have absolutely no idea how any of this saves humanity, but that's probably why they're damned anyway. Thank you so much for joining. This is going to be the first in a many long line of demos for Steam Next Fest, so tune in, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch you in the next one.